and we are simply living.
I want you to be yourself. I felt like I was myself, just up a notch. And that's what you need to be on the camera. You need to be yourself up a notch. I think you can be yourself, but I think somebody need to be up a notch. To you with 7 great tips on how to have a successful Zoom wedding. Due to the COVID-19, we had to have a Zoom ceremony, which was a bummer. My amazing husband came up with the idea of having a very small, intimate wedding at an Airbnb. The wedding was fantastic. It was beautiful. Everything really came together. And these are just a few tips we would like to share with you guys. Things that we would have liked to know before doing this, right? Make sure to check out our Zoom wedding. The link is below. It'll show you from beginning to end. And when I tell you it's beautiful, I might be biased, but it's beautiful. And this editor right here did an amazing job. Thank you, hubby.
I had a lot of help.
I feel like my eyelash is coming out. It is. I gotta fix it because I can't take them off. I'm trying to look good for y'all on my first We already started. Let's do it. Take 2. Sorry for the interruption. We had some technical difficulties with my eyelash, but we back, y'all. Anywho, let's get to it. So the first thing you need to do, of course, is download the app. And so Jay is gonna talk more about the app process with Zoom.
So we do recommend getting the paid version of Zoom. That way Zoom doesn't cut your wedding off.
And what he means by cutting your wedding off, Zoom does have a limit on the time you can use when you do not subscribe to them. And you just don't want that to happen. I would hate for Zoom to cut off in the middle of your wedding. And what if you started late? So it's a must. It's a must. Number 2, collect emails and phone numbers. This was kind of my project, and it can be difficult to collect all of those emails and phone numbers if you don't already have them in your phone. One thing that stood out for me are older invites. We needed both. So they're not used to doing a lot of things through text messaging. So you want to make sure you have their phone number as well as their email. So this is very important that you get everyone information so you can make sure you get the proper invites and links to them in a timely manner.
So what happened to us is that we had to do a lot of the inviting multiple times, which became sort of a hassle. Kind of lost track of who we invited, who we didn't invite, and start now. So if your wedding is a year from now, if it's 6 months from now,
yes,
just get the emails, get everybody's updated information, and that way, if you use an online service like like we used, you'll be able to send email reminders and make sure everybody will get it in one sitting. You won't have to resubmit multiple times.
And that leads us to step 3, create a wedding site. We used the Knot, and it was very easy to use. I mean, step by step, user friendly. You can do everything there, from your registry, from sending out your invites, to uploading pictures. And before the COVID-19, we had a lot of guests coming from out of state, so we could even post things about different landmarks around the city, different things to do. We really do suggest the Knot. The Knot is not sponsoring us, so don't worry. This is us, and this is a real live customer review. We really enjoyed using the Knot, and we definitely recommend it. And this is gonna be like your go-to spot for your guests. They know they can go there and get all the information that they need.
The Knot is definitely a 5-star.
He's been wanting to do that.
5 stars.
5 stars.
It's amazing for a free service. Can't go wrong using the knot.
I mean, you'll be surprised like how much the knot can do for you. Tip number 4, start collecting pictures and music now, which is really gonna be helpful for your Zoom ceremony, because this is something you could do that you wouldn't normally be able to do during a live ceremony. You could create a slideshow for your guests to view prior to the actual ceremony. You could put pictures of your families and friends up, and you could also create a wonderful music playlist. So while you're getting ready behind scenes, your guests can be having a good time with your music, your slideshow and everything going on while you're getting ready behind the scenes. It was really nice to make special moments for our guests. For instance, we did have a moment of silence, and we did put pictures there of family members and friends that were no longer with us. So that was a nice touch to add for our Zoom guests. So little things like that, get creative. You'll really be surprised on how much you can do with pictures, photos, and a music playlist playing while you're doing your thing behind the scenes of your ceremony.
And it really puts a nice touch onto people who aren't able to attend the ceremony in person. Them seeing them faces on screen really put a nice touch, and it really created good engagement online.
Tip number 5, choose a moderator for your Zoom ceremony.
You sound like a newscaster when you said that. Coming up next on Channel 5 News.
Tip number 5, choose a moderator for your Zoom ceremony. You want someone that's tech savvy, and you should prefer someone that has already used Zoom before. This will make things run really smoothly. It's just like having a coordinator at a live wedding, but this time you have a coordinator online. This will just make things run so much smoother, having someone online conduct everything, so you and your groom can just worry about getting down the aisle.
If you want to have the type of wedding where people online actually see a full service, definitely have a moderator.
Yeah, and we just wanted our guests to feel involved. We didn't want to just make it a video. We wanted them to be involved and feel like they really were a part of our day. Simply because they couldn't be there in person, we still wanted to give them that feel that they're right there and they're going right along with everything that we're doing. We wanted to give them an event, a ceremony. And my thing is, you don't have to pay for someone. I'm sure you have a family member or a friend that already does this, and that's just really good. So just think of that family member you have in the family that is the life of the party, the host, the one that always does the speeches, which is usually me and my family. Talk to them, see if they have Zoom experience. If they don't, Zoom is really easy. You guys can test it out. This is a really good key to finding someone. You don't have to pay anyone necessarily, and most of the time your family members will volunteer to do that, and it can be a gift for you and your groom.
It was a great gift for us, and our moderator turned the party up.
Oh, she did amazing.
So make sure somebody has a good personality, and that'll keep everybody happy, engaged, and having a good time.
So she was superb, amazing.
And she also kept the party rolling when we were running 2 hours late.
She sure did.
Tip number 6, choose a coordinator on site to delegate duties. I'm gonna let my babe talk about this.
Right. This is very important. Your wedding day is your big day. You shouldn't be supervising, delegating, or anything. You should be getting dressed. You should be enjoying yourself. You should be in the moment, and you should have one person in charge delegating. This is one thing we did not have. Don't get me wrong, we definitely had family and support, but we were stretching ourselves so thin trying to delegate and tell everyone what we needed. And that put some delays in the time that our service was supposed to start. If you have to pay for one, it'll be worth every penny. Definitely. It'll give you a peace of mind. So make sure you have a coordinator on site. No ceremony is too small for a coordinator. If you're having an intimate ceremony, you definitely need someone there that knows exactly how you want things ran. They know exactly what to do from the setup, for how many guests are supposed to be here, and what time we're supposed to start. And you need to make sure that your coordinator is also connected with your moderator. They need to be a team. So you have your moderator online and you have a coordinator right there. So they're both on the same page. They know the order of the ceremony, when it should start, when it should end, and they can work well together. Also, your coordinator may have to step in maybe a time or two on the computer to do anything just in case something crazy happens. So you want to make sure the coordinator and the moderator gets together, that they know, okay, I have a slideshow, it's saved here, or I have my music playlist, this is what should be playing. The coordinator and the moderator should definitely be on top of things, and they should be on the same page. So tip number 7, you can't get married without a pastor. At least I don't think so, or an officiant. So this is something that's very important and you want to work on if you don't have someone already. And you can do this virtually. My apostle, KD Allen, came on board from Little Rock, Arkansas to officiate my wedding. And it was online, and when I tell you it went smoothly, it was amazing. So don't fret, don't worry. If you don't have anyone locally to do your wedding, you could always use someone that's out of state, or they just may not be able to come and they can do it virtually. It was a really nice touch. I really enjoyed it. And if you have a pastor like I did, he was fully dressed, he was in the church, so it looks really good. I was so pleased.
He was amazing. I can't believe he actually went to church by himself.
No one was in the church.
Empty church to officiate our wedding.
I now pronounce you guys husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Shout out to Apostle Allen.
Yes, thank you, Apostle. So there you have it, 7 tips to having a successful Zoom wedding. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out our Zoom wedding, and please like, share, and comment, and tell us about your tips or your suggestions. And if you have any questions for us, please leave your questions in the comments. I'm Dani.
I'm jLee.
And we are Simply Living.
Oh yeah.
Great tips to having a successful Zoom wedding. I hope these 7 tips help you to have a happy. You know, I am an actress, naturally staged, so I'm just naturally. It's a camera, you can say it again.
And we are Simply Living.
I want you to be yourself. I felt like I was myself, just up a notch. Yeah. And that's what you need to be on the camera. You need to be yourself up a notch. I think you can be yourself, but I think somebody needs to be up a notch. And we're Simply Living. jLee, I need you to bring jLee out, because I know DJ. Did you talk when you was jLee?
No,
Oh.
I play music. That's what you're supposed to do.
DJs talk too. This is gonna be funny when we look at this.